This is your phone. Small, shiny, helpful. It tells you the weather, it gives you directions, it lets you talk to people across the planet. And somehow, it also convinces you to stare at a rectangle for 3 hours when you only picked it up to check the time. That is not an accident. Your phone is not just a tool. It is a tiny attention prison, and the weirdest part is you carry it willingly. Let's start with a simple question. When was the last time you were truly bored? Not waiting 5 seconds for a video to load bored, not standing in line while secretly scrolling bored. I mean real boredom. Just you, your thoughts, and the horrifying sound of your own brain making decisions. That used to happen all the time. Waiting for the bus, bored. Sitting in a car, bored. Eating alone, bored. Bathroom, weirdly philosophical. But now boredom has an emergency exit. The moment your brain feels even slightly uncomfortable, boom, the phone. And this is where the prison starts, because your phone does not need chains. It uses something much stronger, convenience. You were never forced to open it, you just can. Anytime, anywhere, for any reason. Sad? Phone. Happy? Phone. Confused? Phone. Avoiding one tiny task that would take 30 seconds? Definitely phone. The phone becomes the easiest answer to every feeling. And once something becomes the easiest answer, your brain starts choosing it automatically. Now, to be fair, your phone is not evil. It is not sitting there in a feeling chair and whispering, yes, destroy their focus. Well, probably not. But the apps inside it, those are built like casinos for your attention. Every refresh is a slot machine. Every notification is a little knock on your brain's door. Every like, comment, message, and new video says, hey, something might be happening. Not something important, just something. And your brain loves something, because for most of human history, paying attention to sudden changes was useful. A rustle in the bushes could be food, or danger, or a very rude squirrel. So your brain learned, new thing equals important thing. Your phone abuses that ancient survival system to show you someone arguing in a comment section about pineapple on pizza. Same brain, very different bushes. The real trap is not that your phone gives you pleasure, it is that it gives you possibility. Maybe there is a new message, maybe your video got more views, maybe something funny happened, maybe someone replied, maybe there is one perfect video that will make you feel better. Maybe. That maybe is powerful. Because predictable rewards get boring, but random rewards keep your brain checking. If every time you open your phone it gave you the exact same thing, you would stop caring. But because sometimes it gives you something interesting, your brain keeps going back. It is not chasing happiness, it is chasing the chance of happiness. That is a much harder habit to break. Now here is where it gets really strange. Your phone does not only take your attention while you're using it, it can take your attention while it is just nearby. A silent phone on a desk can feel like a tiny sleeping animal. It might wake up, it might need you, it might contain something more interesting than what you're doing. So part of your brain keeps watching it, even when nothing happens. That means your attention is not fully yours anymore. Some of it is always waiting by the door. And this is why focusing feels harder now. Not because you suddenly became lazy, or not because humans got weaker overnight. Because your attention span has to compete with the most entertaining object ever invented. That is not a fair fight. Imagine trying to read a book while a tiny clown stands next to you holding a sign that says maybe your friend likes you. That is basically a phone. Imagine trying to do homework while a magician whispers there are unlimited videos in my head. That is also your phone. Imagine trying to sleep while a glowing portal to every human opinion ever created sits 10 inches from your face. That is definitely your phone, and somehow we call this normal. The phone changed something huge about human life. It destroyed empty space. There used to be tiny gaps in the day. Waiting, walking, thinking, staring out the window. Those gaps looked useless, but they were not. That was when your brain processed things, connected ideas, solved problems quietly, recovered. Boredom was not always a bug. Sometimes it was your brain cleaning the room. But now every gap gets filled. 1 second of silence, fill it. One awkward elevator ride, fill it. One uncomfortable emotion, fill it. The phone turns every empty moment into content space, and after a while, silence starts feeling suspicious. That is why your phone can make you feel busy, even when you did nothing. You watched clips, read posts, checked messages, opened apps, closed apps, opened the same apps again for no reason. Your brain says, wow, we experienced a lot, but your life says you are still in the same chair. That is the attention prison, not a place where you are locked away from the world, but a place where the world is chopped into tiny glowing pieces and fed to you forever. And the worst part, the prison is comfortable. It has music, games, friends, jokes, news, drama, videos of animals doing things they should absolutely not understand. It is not boring in there, that is the problem. A terrible prison is easy to escape. A fun prison makes you forget there are holes. So, what do? Do you throw your phone into the ocean? No. First, fish do not need your group chats. Second, your phone is actually useful. The goal is not to hate your phone, the goal is to stop treating it like your brain's manager. Because right now, for a lot of people, the phone decides when you focus, when you relax, when you sleep, when you compare yourself to strangers, when you get interrupted, when you feel behind. That is a lot of power for something you can drop in the toilet. A better question is, who is using who? When you open your phone because you chose to do something specific, you're using it. When you open your phone and forget why, it is using you. When you check one notification, wake up 20 minutes later watching a man build a swimming pool in the jungle with a stick, it is definitely using you. The phone is not strongest when it entertains you. It is strongest when it makes you forget your original intention. So here is the simple test. Before you unlock your phone, ask, what am I here to do? That one question is like checking the prison door. Sometimes you will still go in, and that is fine. But at least you are walking your own purpose. And when you are done, leave. Not because phones are evil, but because your attention is your life. Whatever gets your attention gets pieces of your time. Whatever gets your time gets pieces of your future. And your future probably deserves better than being eaten by a glowing rectangle. So yes, your phone is a tiny attention prison, but the door is not locked. It is just really, really good at convincing you not to leave. And that might be the most dangerous design of all.